Hello fiber friends, welcome to KBfibers. Got several things to show you that I've finished up for this past week. It's been kind of a crazy busy week, I can say the least. For the least. Alright, I'm going to start with a little face cloth. It's only about 5.5 inches tall and probably 5 inches wide. It's going to make a nice face cloth. I used leftovers from a top that I made out of cotton sprout. It is considered a DK weight yarn, but if you ask me, I think it's closer to a sport weight. It's a little thinner. I just did a basic seed stitch on it because I wanted the little bumpies to be able to feel like it's a little more exfoliating than a regular cloth. So I did that. This is only 0.37 ounces and 23.92 yards. So something simple, easy, but I wanted to use up the yarn, the leftover bit. Obviously I still have more. I think I have 4 more of these balls. I don't know when or what I'm going to use them for, but who knows, maybe I'll take it to the weaving loom and weave up a little piece of fabric with that. I don't know. I haven't decided. Anyway, moving on. I had pulled some cotton sport out of my collection. Yes, you see the orange sticker. I got it at Ollie's Bargain Outlet. It was $1.99 a ball. They are 50 gram balls, but each ball only has like 125 yards per ball. I do have a little bit left over, a nice beige color. I figured beige would go with anything, any kind of skirt or anything I wanted to wear. And I did the Sheridan tank top. This tank top is out of the Knitted Tanks and Tunic book. Great book. I've made lots of these. There's still several more in there that I would like to make eventually. They're pretty much adding to my yarn collection. So this one here, I did do some altercations. Both the front and the back had this V, but I didn't want the V in the back, so I just knit up some more and went straight across. The edge isn't quite laying flat, but I may need to dampen it back down and redo that. The edging, I also did change the edging because I didn't want the rolled edge. They had you knitting 5 rounds. So it's straight stocking knit and then you let it curl up. I don't like that look, so I knit around, I purl around, I knit around, I purl around, and then I bound off. And I did the same thing for around the sleeves. That way around the sleeves would lay nice and flat like I would like it. Otherwise it had the rolled edge there. And they left the bottom plain, but I added like 3.5 inches of ribbing on the bottom just to help weigh the bottom of it down a little bit. And it feels so much better. I don't care for the rolled edge on the bottom. So there were some altercations I made in this pattern. But altogether, I would totally do it again, and I'd probably do the same things again. I love this cable work. It was so much fun to knit. It took a while, but you know, take your time, one stitch at a time. You can do it. So out of the cotton sport yarn, I used 17.65 ounces and 739.89 yards. So I used almost 7, I think, almost 7 balls. That about right? So anyway, I'm gonna kind of set that aside. I have a cat meowing at me, but you know, is what it is. And then my Thursday group wanted to make candy corn, so somebody brought in, I got a fly in here, brought in the pattern, and so we all kind of worked on making these cute little candy corns. They came out so adorable. I like them a lot. They might find them back there somewhere at some point. Only 0.92 ounces. This is regular worsted yarn. You can use leftover bits if you have leftover bits. We all shared skeins of yarn, So it worked out fine. So 46.65 ounces to make both of them. You can use leftover bits, whatever you have. Or you can even change out the colors. I know they have one that has like white, yellow, and brown on the bottom. So, you know, don't be afraid to change them out if you want. I believe the pattern was free at Yarnspirations as well. I did tell you ounces and yards. Okay. Next thing I did, you know I've been addicted to making these chickens, right? Well, I had this fingering weight yarn, and I knew I didn't want to make socks out of it, that I had bought in Chicago. Well, I started making a hat out of it. I didn't like how the colors were pulling together, so I frogged it out, and the yarn sat for a little while. And while it was sitting, of course, I misplaced the yarn label. So, sorry, it's missing the yarn label. I can't tell you exactly what yarn this is, but it is sock weight. Oops, maybe I should turn off the chicken camera here. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. Let me turn it off there. There we go. Now we have some room. So there we go. The cute little chick. It turned out so adorable. So much smaller. Smaller than the other ones. So this would be sock weight. This would be DK. And this one here would be worsted. So... So 3 different sizes, different weights of yarn, different size needles for each. But this is the one I made this week. Those are ones that I made last week. I love this one. It's so cute and so little. I want to cuddle it all the time. It is the emotional support chicken pattern. This one here is not for sale. I'm pretty sure I spent like $28 just for the yarn. So, and I had a little bit left over, not much. I think it was like a 3 ounce, maybe it was I think it was a 3 ounce skein or 3.5 ounce skein or hank. It was a hank of yarn. And I used 2.2 ounces of it. So, just shy of enough to do another one. So if I used like this for the body and something else for the tail, or maybe all of that and then something else for the neck and head, I could do that. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the leftover bit. Definitely not enough for a pair of socks, but there's that. So I used 251.44 yards in making of this little chicken. And then of course, there's more that I want to make. There's more chickens. Of course, I saw my leftover yarn cake, and I love doing leftover yarn cakes. They're so much fun, and I use that to make this chicken. So this is worsted weight. This is a bigger one. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love it so much. So the tail on this side is different than the tail on that side, and then you can tell the colors go up over the top, and then you do the breast area and come up and do the head area. So anyway, this one here, I used 8.10 ounces of yarn. A lot of nice stuffing in there. Super squishy. I like to make them squishy. When I'm putting the fiber fill in there, I like to pull the fiber fill apart so it's all nice and squishy. But like this one here, I've used that one there as a pillow. It still smells like a campfire and sunscreen, by the way. That's funny. But I love her. I'm not going to change it. It's got very fond memories because I took her camping. That's why she smells like campfire and sunscreen. So anyway, this one here, 8.1 ounces, 410.75 yards in the making of this hen. So much fun to make. I'm probably going to make more of them. I am just so addicted to making them. But I have to say, I am trying to figure out how to do a black and white one. I have to figure out how to do the tail, half of the tail differently than the first half of the tail. Otherwise, you're kind of seeing the back side of the fabric when you sew the tail together. And I don't know. It's a whole thing. I'm figuring it out. it shouldn't take me much longer to have it figured out and work on it. I just need to implement, you know. All right, let me give you all of my weekly totals. So for this week, I used 29.24 ounces. For the year, I'm up to 383.58 ounces. That equals out to 23.9 pounds of yarn I've been using. And so on the other side, I have used 1,472.66 yards for this week. For the year, I have 28,860.89 yards. And that equals out to 16.3 miles. So I feel like I'm cruising right along with all of my makes, all of the things going on. And of course, being Monday, it's laundry day. I don't know why I always do laundry on Monday. I don't like to do house chores and stuff over the week or over the weekend. I like to relax, be able to enjoy my time with my husband and family or whatever we have going on for the weekend. This weekend was busy. My husband is part of a Scola, which is also part of the choir, which there's also cantering, all within the church. So he's in these different groups, different but the same. It's the same people, but different talents for different things. Well, they did a Scola concert for another church. So we went there yesterday. It was delightful. They were having a parish picnic and they invited us to stay and have lunch with them. It was a lot of fun. And then they did this horse-drawn hay wagon with no hay, but the wagon was excellent. It was such a smooth ride. It was great. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And then they had a couple other horses there to where they could walk the kids around on the horses. So it was it was a good time. They were cooking s'mores and all kind. Oh my gosh, I was so full. I think we both just had a snack for dinner. I think I had a pear and some cheese balls. That basically was my dinner. And I think hubby did the same. He had cheese balls, but what else did he have? Cheesy popcorn. I don't know. He ate something else. I don't remember now. But anyway, we had a great time yesterday. It was sunny and warm. It was fantastic. On our drive home, we caught some rain, and it had rained at home while we were away. So I'm glad we went. It was a great time. I hope you guys have had a wonderful week as well. And hopefully this next week we'll have some more fun. We'll see ya in the next video. Bye.